They're not as big as basics, but you want one by your side. It's time to talk about the pistols of Necromunda. Hello and welcome to Necromundown, continuing with our tier list series on the weapons available from the trading post. Today we're talking about everything under pistols, some of which aren't really pistols.
Yeah, they're just here.
But they don't want to call this the sidearm section because not everything has the sidearm keyword. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the pistol section of the trading
complicated.
post / black market. Once again, just some ground rules for our tier list here. We are talking about things relative to all weapons in Necromunda, but not necessarily relative to all gangs.
Yeah.
We will mention that certain gangs makes better use of certain weapons than others.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, when we're ranking these, we're kind of ranking them by their cost, their rarity, and their usage. So let's get started with, how about the humble auto pistol?
Very, very similar to the auto gun, but shorter range. It is 4-inch short range, which does hurt a bit.
Yes.
12-inch long range, +1 to hit at short range, strength 3, AP nothing, damage 1, ammo 4+, rapid fire 1, and sidearm. It is 10 credits and common.
So, somewhat rarely, instead of putting this at C tier, I'm actually putting it at B tier. For one reason,
Go on.
Which is in melee,
Mm-hmm.
this is a way to get multiple hits in melee.
It is for one hit roll dice. It is potentially multiple hits
Yes.
for only 10 credits.
For only 10 credits.
That's fair.
In my experience, you'll almost never get the +1 to hit at short range.
Yeah.
But you can throw this on a guy who is otherwise a melee person. As long as he can fire a gun and can use this, he gets to use his weapon skill, and it's potentially multiple hits in melee.
True.
That's why I think this goes in either really high C or really low B.
I can agree with low B. Because it is so gosh darn ding cheap, and rapid fire, you can put this on any melee guy and just give him just a little bump ahead.
Just a little oomph.
Yep.
And have something that he can, in theory, spray at people.
Yeah.
That's why I think the auto pistol belongs in B tier. In contrast to the auto gun of last episode,
Yeah.
which I said C tier. Really quickly, the reclaimed auto pistol is exactly the same, but with a worse ammo check, and it's only 5 credits.
Yep.
Which is why I'm putting it above the auto pistol.
Yes.
Because the reclaimed auto pistol is only 5 credits. The ammo check's not going to matter actually all that much,
Not really.
especially because you're only putting it on guys who aren't going to really shoot it that often, and 5 credits is such a steal. This would almost make it into my A tier because of how cheap and how useful it is,
Yeah.
except for the fact that despite how cheap and useful it is bad.
It is bad.
Like, it's only strength 3. But, you know, weight of dice can get you through, and if you can manage to roll 3 rapid-fire hits with that shot.
I nearly killed a heavy vehicle with weight of auto guns and auto pistols.
Yeah, like, I think the auto pistol is not nearly as bad as it gets a reputation for. It's also very Necromunda to me. I know that I'm not factoring in cool factor into the tier list,
Oh, sure.
because otherwise the arc rifle last episode would have been A tier.
Yeah.
A for arc rifle. But the reclaimed auto pistol is actually, I think, really worth your bang for your buck.
I agree.
Let's talk about the other auto pistol rounds, though. I know we kind of skipped the reclaimed. These are, we did talk about these last episode, but just in case some of you skipped this episode, let's go over those stats
Yes,
again.
definitely. So the static round is the same range and accuracy. Actually, it's the same stats across the board, except it is illegal 9, 10 credits, which I think is cheaper than the last one.
It is.
Rapid fire 1, limited shield breaker, shock, sidearm.
Right. So, shock is wounds on 6s automatically to hit,
Yep.
which is good, and has good synergy with rapid fire. And then shield breaker ignores the assault shield, the energy shield, and makes anybody with a field armor save roll 2 dice and pick the worst.
Right.
The problem, as we discussed with the static rounds of the auto gun, is that anybody who has a field armor save is usually going to have a normal armor save too,
Yeah, that's
which is just going to
better.
ignore it.
Yep.
This is cheaper,
It is cheaper.
but it's also on a gun you want to keep cheap.
True.
So I think this still goes into D tier.
I think this one is slightly better than the previous one, only because you can use it in melee. And shock on this weapon, I feel like, is a little bit better than on the regular auto gun.
Explain.
Because you could use it in melee.
And you know, I did think about it. Both the energy shield and the assault shield have a +2 to the armor in melee.
Yeah.
And this does
And this
ignore
ignores
that
that entirely.
in melee. When you put it that way, I think this goes into C.
Yep, I think we can put that one up into C.
Meanwhile, warp rounds.
Again, same stats across the board, except it is illegal 10, 15 credits. Cursed, limited, sidearm, single shot. Limited and single shot is bad.
But it's only 15.
It's
only 15 credits.
Gosh.
So, like, 25 credits for a single shot at chance at making your opponent cursed is bad. 15 credits? Now you're starting to appeal to me.
Wow.
But you have way
Josh,
shorter range.
You're such a cheap date.
Yes. I still think it's D tier. But it's going to be higher in the D tier than the other ones were.
This is better than the auto gun.
Just
warp
because
rounds.
it's so cheap.
It is. It's very cheap.
Like, I mean, like, you could put these on putting those on an auto gun guy and getting him close enough to hit is a more gamble. This one you put on a guy who's like going to punch in melee, and if he gets into melee and uses the shot,
It's just like, bam! Now you're insane.
oh god, and being insane in melee is bad.
Very
Because you have to
bad.
run away, he just gets to punch you in the kidneys for free.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point, because then you also, what am I thinking of? If you have a better weapon skill than ballistic skill, you're significantly more likely to hit with that one shot.
And that's the only person I'm giving these guns to.
Yeah, that's fair. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to all of my Corpse Grinder cults in the campaign that we're playing.
I hate you.
You're not playing in it.
I hate you. I don't care. I hate your existence.
Fair.
All right. The humble las pistol. So the las pistol is a 10 credit gun, common. It's got 8-inch short range, 12-inch long range, plus 1 to hit at short range, which is like literally twice as good as the auto pistol. Strength 3, 0 AP, 1 damage, 2 up ammo check, plentiful anyway, and sidearm. The problem with the las pistol, so like the las pistol is a better use it as a pistol than the auto pistol.
Yes, agreed. Because it has longer range and plentiful. And
But whenever I give someone a pistol, if I actually want them to use that pistol to kill things, I don't give them a las pistol.
that's fair.
I give them an auto pistol.
That's fair.
And
Just like an auto gun and a las gun is a pinning machine, and an auto gun actually does damage.
but the las pistol is way less useful as a pinning machine,
Because it's
even
only
with
12 range.
even with 8-inch short range. I don't put a lot of stock in a las pistol, so I'm gonna put the las pistol in C tier,
Okay.
above the auto pistol static rounds.
Okay.
Because you can also still get the las pistol, the focusing crystal, which you'll never do,
Nope.
and the hot shot las pack, which does. Here's the thing though, unlike with the las gun where the hot shot pack bumped it up from A to S, the las pistol hot shot pack you'll never buy because it is 20 flippin' credits on a 10 credit gun.
It triples the price of your gun.
You could spend 30 credits for a las pistol with hot shot, or you could spend 35 for a las gun with hot shot. Now I know sidearms have different use case because that is a good way to get a strength 4 AP1 sidearm, but I don't think it boosts the las pistol's stock.
Not near as much as
I think the auto pistol is still a better gun for what you're going to use this for.
I like that argument.
So the last pistol is high C tier to me. So we've kind of flip-flopped the auto pistol and the last pistol's places in sidearms. The difference is I believe there are some gangs that can get the last pistol for 5 credits. If you do that, it goes up to A tier for those things because it is literally 5 credits. But even them, I'd almost rather give them a reclaimed auto pistol.
I would think that if it's only 5 credits, I would probably just increase it to B. I don't know if I would put it at A.
Yeah. I mean, the reclaimed auto pistol is really good for what it is for 5 credits, man.
Yeah.
Now, you will say for the last pistol, you'll never run out of ammo.
Nope.
Like, ever.
If you want a reliable pistol, you found it.
Yeah.
Up next is the stub gun. I'm gonna give you a hint. It is my favorite pistol.
Big iron. Big iron.
So it is a 6-inch short range, 12-inch long range, plus 2 to hit at short range. Strength 3, AP 0, 1 damage, 4 up ammo, plentiful sidearm, common, and 5 credits base.
Which is why I'm putting the stub gun in high. Does it go in A or B? So here's the thing. The stub gun is not as good in melee as the auto pistol.
Right.
Like the auto pistol is flat better. But the stub gun is a way better ranged weapon for people with pistols.
There are ranges, whereas the las pistol has a little bit better long range, but is worse in melee.
I say B above the reclaimed auto pistol.
Okay. Yep, I agree with that. And I say that because of the dum-dum rounds.
Well, the dum-dum rounds we have a separate entry here.
I know.
And do you think the Dum Dum rounds go above the normal stuff? So what does Dum Dum rounds do?
Dum Dum rounds. They make your short range 5 inches, the long range 10 inches, and only +1 at short range. Strength 4, AP 1. No AP. Damage 1. 4 up, ammo, limited sidearm, and 5 credits at rare 7.
Yep, I think because you're adding an extra 5 credits, and because of the limited, and because of the shorter range, I think they actually go slightly behind the stub gun.
You think so?
I think the Dum Dum rounds and the stub gun are kind of interchangeable.
I like the Dum Dum rounds. I agree that they're interchangeable. I always buy both.
Yes.
And use the one that I like more for the moment.
Dum Dum rounds are good to have on somebody who actually uses their stub gun.
Yeah.
Because strength 4 does help.
Yes.
But they have to be somebody who's actually good at using a gun, so they're not relying on the +2.
Right.
The wonderful thing about the +2 is that an idiot ganger or juvie
Yeah.
can be hitting on a 3 or a 2
Exactly.
within pistol range. That's what makes the +2 so good, and why we are reading the stub gun so highly. Without that, I think it loses a lot, which is why I'm going to put the Dum Dum rounds behind the normal stub gun.
But only slightly, I think.
I'm actually going to put the reclaimed auto pistol higher than the Dum Dum rounds. Because it's just 5 flipping
It is only
credits.
5 credits. It is only 5 credits.
Like, the stub gun is the king of, I want to put a gun on somebody so they have some kind of ranged weapon, and it costs 5 credits. In that regard, the stub gun and the reclaimed auto pistol are right there with each other. The stub gun is more accurate and more reliable. The reclaimed auto pistol has a higher damage potential.
Okay, fair.
That's why I'm going to put the reclaimed only just behind the stub gun.
I have a love for the Dum Dum rounds.
They are good. I do agree. I just think they're a little more niche.
Yeah. Then we have 2 more rounds for this, the static rounds and the warp rounds.
Speaking of niche.
Static rounds are the same across the board as the normal stub gun, except it is illegal 9 and +10 credits, limited, knockback, shield breaker, shock.
I think these are not nearly as good as auto pistol static rounds because you don't want to use a stub gun in melee. So I'm going to put these at D tier.
That's fair. The reason that I like Dum Dum rounds in particular, by the way, going back to that, is I think it makes the stub gun slightly better in melee.
Yep.
Which is why I generally take it.
Which is
But
why
the
I'm putting it
static
above the
rounds-
auto pistol.
Yeah. But the static rounds,
I think high D.
yeah.
They're better than auto pistol warp rounds, but not as good as auto pistol static rounds. I would almost never buy these because I don't think once you start putting 10, 15 credits into a stub gun, you've gone wrong, is my opinion, because you can start buying real weapons for that cost.
True.
Like the warp rounds, which are the same across the board, except that they have cursed and limited and single shot, illegal 10. They're 15 credits. You do get a +1 to hit at 6 inches. It's not 8 inches, it's only 6 inches.
It's +2.
+2 to hit, sorry. +2 to hit within 6 inches. Which does give your stupid juvie a way better chance to make someone whose costs way more than him go insane.
True.
I would put it above the stub gun static round,
Okay.
but below the auto pistol static round.
Okay. Do you think high D or low C?
High D. These are so niche. I've never bought these.
Yeah, me either.
Just because, again, I don't want to spend 15 credits for a single shot.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
All right. How about the classic bolt pistol?
The boat pistol, you say?
No, the bolt pistol, not the boat pistol.
The boat pistol.
The boat pistol only usable in the Sump Sea campaign. it's an anchor.
Bolt pistol is 6-inch short range, 12-inch long range with +1 to hit it short. Strength 4, AP 1, 2 damage, 6+ ammo and sidearm. It is rare 8 and 45 credits. It's only 10 credits less than a bolt gun.
And it is absolute garbage. This is F tier.
Wow,
I
really?
think the bolt pistol is... I think you never take a bolt pistol because of what we're going to talk about next, which is the other good pistol option. It's a lot like Kill Teamer 40k, where if you're going to take a pistol to actually do things, you take the plasma pistol.
Yeah, it's only 5 credits more.
I think the bolt pistol, due to its cost, is F tier. I think you never take this gun.
But it's a bolt gun that you can shoot in melee.
I don't care. You could just use the plasma pistol.
Yeah, you're right.
Like if the bolt pistol was 30 credits, this would be a way different discussion.
That's true. But only 5 credit different. Yeah, you're right.
I think the bolt pistol, and we're not even going to talk about the gas and shatter shells. They're all F tier.
If you're not buying the base one, you're not buying.
They're all F tier. I think the bolt pistol is F tier because of the cost. It's just so not appropriately costed. If you dropped the credits by 25, we'd be having a different discussion, because then it would be a very nice, very short range, deadly pistol.
Yeah. Because even compared to the... We're going to get to it later. Actually, we should probably just do that.
We'll talk about it right now, but like, yeah. So let's talk about what you should bring instead if you're actually looking for if you're looking for a pistol to give to somebody who's going to use that pistol to get things done, you're going to take the plasma pistol. It's rare 9 and it's only 50 credits. 6-inch short, 12-inch long, plus 2 at short range. Strength 5, AP 1, 2 damage. Scarce and sidearm. That's the normal profile. You can also overcharge it for 6-inch, 12-inch. You lose +1 to hit, so you get +1 to hit at short range. But it goes up to strength 7, AP 2, 3 damage, and unstable. Both of them actually only have a 5-up ammo check despite being scarce. For 50 credits, this is what you give someone who actually want to do things.
Here's my problem. That's an S tier weapon because it needs nerfed. It is too good for only 50 credits.
Oh, absolutely. But this is what it is right now, and we're ranking it about what it is, not what it should be.
So if this was appropriately costed, the bolt pistol would be significantly better.
I still think the bolt pistol actually needs to come down. I don't think the plasma pistol needs to go... Well, okay.
The plasma pistol needs to go up.
The plasmas need to go up.
Yeah. Every... Cannon, maybe. Every plasma weapon is too good.
Yeah, like, they're good. Plasma weapons are very good, Necromunda. I still wouldn't buy a bolt pistol for 45 credits, even with the plasma pistol going up.
I would at 45 credits. A damage 2 pistol is very good.
It is.
Anyway,
so the plasma pistol is S tier, is the point.
Yeah, the plasma pistol is S tier.
Yeah, it's 50 credits. This is the premier option, but it's one of the best things here that is not stupid hard to get. Because there is a better one, but it's really expensive.
Yeah.
The plasma pistol is not that expensive. It will kill most things you hit with it. You can use it at 12 inches and be fine. You can use it at 6 inches and be great. You can use it in melee and be very good. The only downside is scarce with a 5-up ammo check, but that's not actually that bad, especially for how much damage you're dealing. In opposition to every other Warhammer game I play, where my mantra is always overcharge all the time, I don't feel that overcharging in Necromunda is actually usually worth it.
I overcharge a lot, only when the stats super matter.
Yes, it's about breakpoints.
Yes.
If going from 5 to 7 is going to give you a better wound breakpoint, which it will against toughness 5 or better things, that's the only time I'd overcharge. However, the pistol, unlike the normal plasma gun, which we'll talk about in a later episode, the normal plasma gun loses rapid fire.
It does.
Which means I believe its actual damage potential is actually worse.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas the plasma pistol doesn't have rapid fire, so it doesn't lose it. That being said, most of the time if I put a plasma pistol on somebody, it's somebody I give a crap about, and unstable is really bad.
Yes.
So that's why I don't overcharge. Unstable is worse in Necromunda than it is in New Kill Team or 40k, where it's like, oh, you take a few mortals to your unit, or you take 3 damage, you just die.
Yeah, your guy just leaves the field and might not come back.
He wicked witches of the west and just poofs. So yeah, the plasma pistol is real good. It's what you should put on your guys if you are looking for a good damage option, not the bolt pistol, not in current pricings. Sorry. I know, it makes us sad.
It makes me sad.
The bolt pistol is #iconic, but the plasma pistol is better in every way.
Plasma pistol's better. Even when you don't overcharge it, its stats are just better.
Yeah.
Except it's scarce.
Yeah, and costs 5 credits more.
And costs 5 credits more.
Needle pistol.
Needle pistol. This one is an interesting one. Ow. It is short range of 4, long range of 9.
So it's a short range gun.
Accuracy of 2+ on short range. AP -1, no strength, no damage because it is a toxin weapon. Ammo 6 up. It has scarce and silent. It is 30 credits and rare 9.
I think the needle pistol is D tier unless you are playing Escher, in which case it goes up to B.
Yeah, I could see that.
On a Death Maiden, who is honestly still probably better served by a plasma pistol, let's be honest, but again, that's because the plasma pistol is very good. But on Escher, where you can put those chems in that give you +2 to wound on the first time you hit someone with toxin, that makes that really good.
It does.
Or other really stupid, hilarious effects. The needle pistol can be a great chem delivery system at short range in melee. Outside of that, it's a bad weapon.
Yeah.
Compared to other things.
The only real problem I have, I'm not even sure that it's that good in Escher, with because you can just take a toxic melee weapon.
This is true.
Granted, but it's only 9-inch range.
It's only 9-inch, but your death mains don't have long range weapons at all.
Right, but if you're in 9-inch range, I mean, I guess you could move into 9 and shoot it.
And there's times when you can't charge.
True.
Or you really don't want to.
Yeah. So I could see it.
So, like, we're going to put it in D tier behind, actually, the auto pistol warp rounds. I think it's really bad for anybody who's not Escher.
It is really bad.
If you're not Escher, the needle pistol is bad. If you are Escher, though, or have other chem toxic things, the needle pistol goes up to being pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned this in the Escher episode where I said it was pretty good in Escher, like, even though it's not unique to them technically. Outside of Escher, though, don't ever get this.
Yeah.
All right.
We have another ammo for the needle pistol, which is chem darts.
Yeah.
It does no damage.
So it's chem delivery, which means you choose to load it with a chem, not the Escher chems, but rather like buying something like Frenzon and hitting somebody with it.
Yes.
This one's really hard to rank because the chems have wildly different statuses. Like hitting someone with Frenzon, it gives them reckless and like you can.
It gives them 4 different abilities, but also reckless.
But also, yeah, it makes them really good. But maybe hitting a shooter with Frenzon isn't a bad thing. You can hit somebody with Calma. You could hit somebody with an addictive drug and make them addicted to it and then like have them suffer the effects unless they go pay to get rid of it. This one, I'm going to put it in exactly the same spot as the needle pistol because the delivery platform is still the same with the same problems.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that the needle pistol chem darts is...
You're not buying this or you're doing something unfair with it.
You're buying this if you have a plan.
Yes.
And that's it.
I do find it funny that the darts are common, whereas the gun itself is rare 9.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's just a dart. Yeah. It's a syringe with the, you know, feathers. Hand flamer.
Oh, the hand flamer.
Want to give us the stats on the hand flamer?
All right. So where are you? There you are. It is a template weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It is strength 3, AP nothing, 1 damage, 5 up ammo, blaze, and template. Not a sidearm. Dang.
No, it's not. You cannot blaze template someone in melee. Thank you. Stop trying.
Rare 8 and 75 credits.
So here's the thing. When it's good, the hand flamer is overwhelmingly good. But it's very expensive.
It is so expensive.
But it's a pinning machine that can be used by almost anyone who can wield a ranged weapon.
Yeah. I feel like this is similar to the chem darts, is you are doing something unholy with this.
I feel like it's way better than the chem darts. Like,
so?
I would almost put this A tier.
Oh, wow, really?
Or high B. Just for the potential of it.
But 75.
Yeah, it's not nearly as, like, this is B tier, not for the ubiquitousness, like the auto pistol or stub gun, which are almost always good. This is, to me, high B for what its potential is.
I have never taken a hand flamer, and I don't like it, personally.
Really? I think this is going to be some divergence here, because I put the hand flamer on things, and when it's good, it's basically a discount flamer. It's a pin machine that can set people on fire. For slightly cheaper than a combat rifle. The thing is, the hand flamer is really good on people who can't take basics or specials.
That's fair. That's fair.
But you can slap it on a juvie who can only get pistols.
I have a really, really hard time. Similar to having a 5-credit weapon and not wanting to put something 15.
This is true. 75 credits on someone who is stupid.
Who's like 30 credits is like, oh, really?
Oh, okay. So do you want to put it B tier maybe behind everything else in B tier? Or do you want to put it C tier?
No, I think B tier is fine.
Like, it's so
because you're
potentially good.
It has. You're right.
This has the potential to break games, but you will pay for it.
Yes. This is the late game. Well, I got a weapon slot open. I might as well have a flamer.
Or the early game, I'm putting some credits into this stupid wrecker.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to fly in with an unstable hand flamer and either win the day or explode. And either way, something's hilarious is going to happen.
Win the day or explode or both.
Or both, yeah. Okay, no, this does. Let's talking about expensive prestige template weapons. Let's talk about the web pistol.
The web pistol.
So the web pistol is also a template weapon. It's strength 4, silent, template, and web. So if you don't remember what web does, if you hit somebody with a web thing, as long as the wound roll is successful, they immediately are under the webbed condition. They don't take damage.
No, but
immediately.
They are essentially seriously injured.
Yes, they're essentially seriously injured and can be coup de grace
Which is the stupid part.
Immediately, and then also have to start making checks to not fall asleep.
Webbed is one of... Okay, we keep saying how good Insane is. Webbed is one of the strongest conditions in the game.
Yes, it is. Except against vehicles, of which it gets like
It does literally nothing.
Yeah. The problem is that this thing is rare 9 and 90 credits.
It is 90 credits. It's a lot of credits.
It's so many credits, and here's the thing: as good as Webbed is, I'm putting it way behind everything else here because it's so expensive, and the Webber is not that.
Yeah,
much
that's
more.
what I was gonna check is how much the Weber was. 125.
Uh-huh. The only time you take a web pistol is on somebody who can't take a special weapon.
Yeah, who can't take a special weapon. Which is, to be fair, like you were just talking about
is a lot of
on the
people.
hand flamer.
Which is why I'm putting this in C tier.
Okay.
Because, again, it is a primo expensive option that has the ability to change games.
Yeah.
Like Blaze. That's the only reason I put Hand Flamer so high is because it has Blaze.
Because Blaze is also stupid.
Anything that removes your opponent... Like, this is why you have to be careful about Necromunda, right? Because removing your opponent's ability to do things is very, very powerful. It's also not fun to fight against.
Right.
But also, this is like... We talked about this in the Deloc episode. Deloc don't win by being fun to fight against.
Yeah. They win by backstabbing you and poisoning you and webbing you.
They win by putting their juvies in your territory, and the juvies have web pistols.
Yeah.
It sucks to suck,
Sometimes
Can
you
I
do what has to be
pistol? It
done.
might be the gangers. Anyway.
No, yeah. I think the Juves can.
Which, I mean, you're putting 90 credits on a 30 credit guy.
Yeah.
But good lord, he's always going to hit.
Yep. As long as they don't get a hit on him first.
And he's not
even
actually
sometimes when they do.
And he's not actually any less tough than anybody else.
Yeah.
And heck, he's faster.
True.
That's why I rate the red pistol as high as I do, despite it being 90 flippin' credits.
I love that you rate it as high as you do and it's low C.
Only because I'm actually going to put it above auto pistol static rounds.
Yeah, I agree.
Only because the last pistol's so good and cheap.
Very good.
More expensive pistols. Grab pistol.
I like the grab pistol. It is 6-inch short range, 12-inch long range, +1 to hit at short range. It has no strength. -1 AP, which literally doesn't matter.
No.
And 2 damage with a 5-up ammo, blast 3, concussion, graviton pulse, rare 11, and 70 credits.
Yes. So the grab pistol. Let's talk about what. So concussion is the thing that you get hit by. You get -2 to your initiative.
Yes. Or -1 to your handling check.
Yes, or -1 to your handling check. Grab pistol. So blast 3, which is good. Graviton pulse. Instead of rolling to wound normally with this weapon, any fighter caught in the blast must instead roll equal to or under their strength on a d6. A roll of 6 always counts as a fail, or suffer damage with no armor save allowed. Which so the -1 armor literally doesn't matter.
Yep.
A vehicle caught in the blast must instead roll equal or over the toughness value of the facing hit on a d6. A roll of 6 always counts as a success, or suffer a hit to the body with no armor save allowed. And then you leave the blast marker in place, and for the remainder of the round, any model moving through that counts 1-inch movement as 2 inches. Same thing for vehicles, even if they have...
It's basically rough terrain.
Rough terrain. So, it ignores armor. It's like Toxin.
Yep. No, Toxin doesn't ignore armor.
Or, sorry, it's like Gas. Except, unlike Gas, which just, attacks you directly, this still does do 2 damage. It really screws over people with low strength, which is a lot of Necromunda.
Yep.
And it really screws over vehicles with high toughness, which we've talked about.
Which
are
are
issues
the,
with
the
that.
dangerous ones.
Right. My only trouble with this one is it is very short range.
Yep.
The grav gun is 140 credits, I believe.
So it's double? Yeah, I think you're right.
No, 120 credits.
Ooh.
The grav gun is 120 credits for 6 inches more range. I think the grav pistol is very usable, very unique in what it wants to target. It wants to target high armor save, low strength models. So the problem is that higher strength models really do ignore this.
Oh, yeah.
Ogrins don't care about this at all.
Although, to be fair, if you hit someone with a high strength, aka wants to charge you, they're slowed by the AoE.
That's why I think it's really good.
I think it's really good.
I say the grav pistol is above the hand flamer in B tier, but behind the auto pistol.
I can live with that. I can deal with that.
Yeah. We have no A tier so far. Maybe I should move the stub gun up to A tier.
Yeah, because I don't think any of the other ones are getting up there.
Yeah, I think the grab pistol is slightly better than the hand flamer because it is also niche against certain things, but man, is it good against heavy vehicles.
It's really good against those things.
And you can give it to people who can't take special weapons.
Yep.
And it screws over armor, which means it's good for late game.
Yep, it's great in the late game. It's good against vehicles. It's 70 credits, which is a lot, but it's not as much as some of these other options, aka probably the next one we're about to talk about.
The Inferno Pistol. Do you like a Melta-Guns? Would you like a Melta-Gun in your hand? How about the Inferno Pistol? So the Inferno Pistol is 145 credits and rare 12, making it the rarest item on this list.
Yep.
And 100. So no, sorry, the Wither Touch is rare. It's illegal 13.
Oh yeah.
So rarest item, not illegalist. But 145 credits, aka worse than most special weapons, and 15 credits short of a heavy bolter.
Yep.
What do you get for that? Well, you get strength. 6-inch short range, 9-inch long range with no bonus or malice to either. Okay. You get strength 8, AP 3, 2 damage, 6 up ammo check, Melta, scarce, and sidearm. For 145 credits and 1 shot, 2 damage is not acceptable. Even with 8 inches, I am putting this in fail tier.
Wow, really?
Yes.
As highly as you rate a normal Melta, I'm surprised.
Well, on the other hand, Melta, if it's in close point blank range, just kills them, and as a sidearm, that means if you hit somebody in melee with this, they just die. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's too good for F tier.
I don't think it's an F.
But it's so expensive. Can I put this in C? It's so...
Are you asking my permission, or is
yes,
that
bitch, so I'm asking your permission.
Is that a mental question?
I'm asking your permission. Can we put this in C? It is so expensive, and there are so many other melee weapons you could give someone for 145 credits that are going to do better than that. You know what my problem with this is?
What?
You know how much a las cutter is?
No.
Like 75 credits. Not 90 credits.
90 credits. That's true.
And doesn't have that much shorter range.
That's true. It's what, 4-inch range?
3-inch versatile. Boy, this is let down by being 145 gosh darn credits.
It is. It's really, really good if you ignore how expensive it is.
But in melee, if you hit somebody with it, because that is within the weapon's short range.
Mm-hmm. So, that one puts it a little above average for me. This compared to a normal Melta, this I would not give to someone who can't use special weapons.
Oh God, no. No. Unless you're at the end of the campaign, you have nothing better to do.
Yeah, I'm like, I have 500 credits and nothing to do with it. Why can't I have all these plasma guns? Because unlike the hand flamer and the grab pistol, I would give those to people who can't use special weapons. I would give those to gangers.
Yes, if you had the credits to spare.
This I would not, because it's so expensive. So yeah, I think C is fair.
My problem with it is that it, like, AP 3 is astounding.
Yep.
Strength 8 is fantastic. You're going to wound toughness 4 people on a 2.
Mm-hmm.
The plasma gun is the plasma pistol is 1/3 of the cost and still has AP 1/2 damage.
But it's only AP 1.
And you can even overcharge it to strength 7 AP 2 3 damage. What lets me down, this thing should be doing 3 damage.
It should be. It should be AP 3 damage.
For 145 credits, this thing should be doing 3 damage.
No, the problem is since the long range is only 3 inches wide.
Yeah.
If you're in the short range, they die. Damage regardless.
This is very true. And like I wish Melta did more against vehicles in Necromunda, because it doesn't.
It's literally anti-vehicle. And
which is what should be, and it does nothing against them. I mean, it does something, it's just stupid.
Yeah. It's like double damage.
It's not even double damage, it's just like another chance to hit or something like that.
Short range attack against wounds of vehicle, roll an additional damage. It's +1 damage.
+1 damage.
It auto kills a fighter or +1 damage against a vehicle.
If it didn't. So I think this is at bottom of C. You think it's higher?
I think it's better than static rounds.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. Okay.
But I don't think it's better than a web pistol just for its pure credit cost.
Let's go to some other weird crap with the Wither Touch pistol. The Wither Touch pistol is a 55 credit gun, but it's a legal 13, making this the actual most illegalist item on the list. Short range 6, long range 9. Sounds familiar, but it's no bonus or mouse. But it's strength 3, 0 AP, 1 damage. But it also has Melta and sidearm and silent and esoteric. So
what the heck does a Wither Touch pistol look like that it's a Melta but also silent?
I mean, Wither Touch to me says this is some kind of like
a virus that just like
this is or some kind of eldritch entropy gun.
Yeah,
like this is a Cthulhu gun. Like a tentacle comes out and goes, Borf, and then you just like fall over.
That's why it's such short range.
You go and you wither up. Yeah, that's what it is. The tentacle.
The tentacle comes out.
It comes up and smacks you across the face.
And you go, no!
Yeah.
Like the Wicked Witch of the West. This is
Yeah.
another Oz reference.
It slaps you and you get, Thanos snapped. Just, so for 55 credits, at point blank, if you hit someone with this in melee, they also just die.
Yes.
That's actually not that bad.
That's actually not bad. It is only strength 3.
right.
So the wounding is significantly harder.
And it's AP 0.
But
So but if you get through,
they
this
are dead.
is high D to me because it's not great, and 55 credits is a lot.
Would you rather have that or an Inferno pistol? Answer my question.
Not even the same
answer,
ballpark.
answer my question.
No,
they're
no,
both
no, no,
they're
no.
both melta pistols. Which one?
Oh God, I would rather have the Inferno.
Okay.
But do I have 145 credits? This is a third of the cost.
It is a third of the cost. Yeah, you're probably right.
But let's all say it together. Plasma pistols, 50 credits.
Yeah, plasma pistols should not be.
I think high D.
All right.
Like, I think it's better. No, I'd rather have a stub gun warp round. I'd rather have a...
You're just like going down each one.
Yeah, I think this is better than a needle pistol for most people. Because the needle pistol's really bad if you're not that sure.
It is.
Like, this is a silly gun.
It is.
The big problem is it's illegal 13.
Yeah, illegal 13.
Which doesn't affect the quality of the gun, but it does affect the quality of you ever actually, like, getting this gun, which is you have to have really good bonuses. Even if you roll boxcars, you have to have bonuses.
Yeah.
And not enough malices.
Yeah, being only strength 3 with no AP, it makes that a real rough buy.
Yeah. And then we've got all the combi guns, some of which are better than others, some of which are really bad.
Some of which are better than the flamer options.
Yes. So let's remind ourselves, all the combi guns have the combi keyword.
Yes.
And a lot of them have unstable.
I believe only the flamers.
Only the flamers have unstable? Okay. Well,
Even the plasma pistols you can't overcharge.
Right. So combi. What does combi mean? So combi does two things. Combi weapon has 2 profiles. Pick one of the 2 profiles and attack. When making an ammo test for either of the weapons, roll twice and apply the worst result. However, if you run out of ammo for the other one profile, you can still use the other.
You don't run out for the other one.
Okay, so their ammo checks are made worse. So
But it's not as bad when you fail them.
But you can't shoot both of them at the same time.
Right.
That's one of the big ones. So you have the combi auto pistol flamer.
Oh
F.
boy.
F.
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 It is 65 credits, which is cheaper than a regular hand flamer, but it also has unstable.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why it's F. If it didn't have unstable, this would be a better hand flamer.
Yeah.
Which is why it has unstable.
Why? What? Could you just give this to
A wrecker?
a wrecker and have no down? Well, no downside. It's the same downside.
I
for
think
cheaper.
wreckers... Yeah, because wreckers can get anything
Wreckers,
off the
yeah.
house list. Yeah, this is no downside for cheaper. Well, no, not really, because wreckers only get the unstable when they jump.
Oh,
Because with a
I thought it was
wrecker-
all the time.
A wrecker, the thing about a wrecker is they have good move speed, and you can just run and use the flamer.
Sure.
Right. So, no, it would have technically a downside. So the combi auto flamer, bad.
Oh,
F,
awful.
F.
Auto pistol, plasma pistol,
How many credits is it?
50. It's
What
the
does
same
it,
as a regular.
What does
plasma
it
pistol.
get you that a plasma pistol doesn't have?
A secondary option if you run out of scarce ammo.
True, but
It didn't you say that you never overcharge, and this doesn't have an overcharge
correct.
option for
But
the same credits.
But it's scarce, and whenever you have to make an ammo check, you roll twice and pick the
Oh,
worst.
that is true.
That's why. So it's yes, you have a backup for when you run out of ammo, but you're also even more likely to run out of ammo. I think this is also F. Auto plasma is F for me. It's better F than the auto flamer, but I would never take it.
F's are all F's. F's are all fails.
Yeah,
They're going to summer school.
right. Yeah, again, you'd never get this. Like, it's slightly better, but just get a plasma pistol.
Yeah.
This doesn't get you anything that a plasma
If
pistol
this was
wants.
slightly cheaper than a plasma pistol,
If
if
you
this was
could-
like 40 credits.
If you could shoot both,
No, you're not allowed to shoot.
if you could shoot both,
Yeah.
it would be different. But as it stands, just get a plasma pistol and then spend 5 credits for a reclaimed auto pistol, which does take a slot.
You took the words out of my mouth.
I know. I saw them forming, and I went like, sure. But get back in there. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Yeah, I don't think you ever buy this, so that's why I'm putting it F.
Yep. Next is the combi bolt pistol flamer.
Does it have unstable?
Wait. Yep.
F.
F.
How many credits is it?
110.
No.
You know how the auto pistol variant is 10 points cheaper? Yeah, this one's nearly double the price.
What did they do? Never mind. No, never buy the bolt flamer combi.
Also, combi on a bolt pistol is rough because, again, roll 2 and pick the lowest.
Right. And then we have the combi bolt plasma.
Which is 80 credits.
Again, just buy a plasma pistol.
Yeah.
This is not doing anything to the plasma pistol. And then finally you have the combi stub plasma. Which is how many credits?
40. It's actually cheaper than a regular plasma pistol. No, put it low D. Low D.
Sorry. No, that was me putting it up here. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, so a stub plasma, you're saving 10 credits for a worse ammo check on the plasma and a backup stub pistol when you do run out of the plasma. Like, this is your discount plasma pistol.
It is.
And
this I could see putting on just a regular ammo.
And the stub gun still has plentiful.
That's true.
I don't think this is D. I think this is a C. Like, if this is your budget plasma pistol.
It's the only combi that's not a complete fail.
You're only saving 10 credits, but 10 credits can go a long way in some lists.
True.
Also, it's a really funny idea of a big iron with a plasma gun glued to the bottom.
You know what's better than a big iron? A big iron and a plasma gun attached to it.
Marty Robbins would agree if he was alive and played Necromunda. Yeah, I think that one's actually pretty good. I didn't realize that was only 40 credits.
Yeah, me either.
What's the illegality rarity of that one?
Good question. It is 8.
Rare 8?
Rare 8.
That's not that bad.
That's less than a plasma pistol. It's actually kind of not bad.
I actually want to move this up higher on C. Like, plasma pistols are really good. Oh, God, I think this is better than a hand flamer.
Wow.
Like, plasma pistols are really good.
Yeah.
And you are getting a really bad ammo check. I'm putting this at B tier below the auto pistol.
Wow.
This is a discount plasma pistol.
Yep.
And plasma pistols are really good.
Yeah, I can't argue.
All you're getting is a worse ammo check. And it is worse.
It is worse.
But hey, at least a stub pistol. Now, you can't put dum-dum rounds on that stub pistol.
You cannot.
Which does hurt a little bit.
A little bit.
I think that's why it's not A. But yeah, it's high B. Finally, a combi weapon that doesn't suck complete butt.
Yeah, I've never once taken a combi weapon.
I did once. Remember when I played Orlok and I gave that guy the combi bolter melta?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
And ruined everyone's lives?
Yeah, because you had a bolter melt.
That cost me 160 credits. We'll talk about that next time when we talk about specials.
Yeah.
Yeah, the special combis are a little different.
Yeah.
That still probably wasn't the best choice, but he had a combi bolter melta. What do you want from life? You can delete people and then still have a bolter when I run out of ammo with the melta. All right, and that's it. That's our tier list. Yeah. This is what we might call a bottom-heavy tier list.
I mean, the other one was pretty bottom-heavy too, but at least had a couple more A's in it.
Yeah, I think this is really just a testament to how good plasma is, and just how reliable the stub gun is. Obviously, none of these. This doesn't mean you shouldn't get any of these and shouldn't have fun with them.
Yeah. If you anything that's not an F is takeable in some way.
even Fs can be fun. Like there's a universe in which the bolt pistol shatter shells could be hilarious. Like, it's a 6-inch range grenade launcher, which is stupid, but it's funny. As long as you're having fun, that's what really matters. So as we said before, these tier lists are, of course, completely objectively correct. But if you want to argue with us in the comments, please leave us a comment below. Seriously, though, do let us know what you think, especially if we're off the mark in some place. If you found a use for some of the things that you think is really good.
Tell Josh how good the bolt pistol is.
Yeah, tell Josh how good the bolt pistol is so I can kindly disagree with you, and then Mitchell will use the same account to agree with you, and it'll just look like we're having a schizophrenic argument with ourselves. And if you want to yell at us in person about our good or bad decisions on these tier lists, we do have a Discord link in the description below. Come join us, talk about Necromunda, post your Necromunda stuff, see the people posting really fun things about using. What was the conversion someone just made? It was like the UR025 bot. He had his Venator's gang. It was really cool.
Oh yeah, I did see that one.
Yeah, we've got a couple people making some cool stuff in there, and we'd love to see you there. And we'd love to see you next time as well when we talk about, I think special weapons are going to be next.
Special should be next.
We'll get there. Yeah, that's going to be a long one.
It is.
There's a lot of special weapons.
It is.
Hey, look, it's a bolter needler. Don't buy a bolter needler. But do tune in next time, and we'll see you then.
Bye.
Go back into the video and replace every time I say stub gun and B with A. Here, I'll give you some A's. A. 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 Okay. Don't actually do that. Yeah.